Hey guys and gals, what's going on? It's Misan here, and today's topic is what happened to animation in TV. I'm not going to talk about films because honestly, the animated films that are coming out are actually really good. Disney had Utopia come out. They're going to have, I believe it's called Mona, with John Musker and Ron Clements coming out. They directed Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Hercules, Treasure Planet, and Princess and the Frog. Utopia was really good, and I haven't seen Finding Dora yet, but that looks great. And there's this new movie called Pets, I believe that's what it's called. That movie got good reviews. It looked like animation film, and Kung Fu Panda 3 got good reviews. So it appears that animation films is doing quite right. I'm talking about animation TV. Now, I'm I'm a '90s kid. I was born early '90s, so I grew up with some great cartoons. Yeah, they had reruns of like the classic Disney animated shorts, the Looney Tunes shorts, Yogi Bear, Huckleberry Finn, Scooby Doo, and they had new Scooby Doo shows as well. But cartoons made in the late '80s, '90s, and the early 2000s, they were just a trio of classics. Like I'll list some of my favorite ones. There's Garfield and Friends, based off the comic strip by Jim Davis, of course, great comic strip as well. Had great TV specials as well. That show was awesome. Animaniacs, Tiny Toons, Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, DuckTales, Goof Troop, The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Um, what else? Kim Possible. That was a little past the early 2000s, but that was still pretty good. New Adventures of Billy and Mandy, The Powerpuff Girls, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, SpongeBob, Rocco's Modern Life, Ren and Stimpy, Doug, Invader Zim, see Ed and Eddie, Dexter's Laboratory. Yeah, there's a lot, countless others. Freakazoid. Steven Spielberg came out with a lot of good ones. I mean, he was behind Tiny Toons, Animaniacs, Pinky and the Brain. That's another classic one. He was also behind Toonsylvania. I believe Hysteria as well. Yeah, I wish he would do more of these cartoon shows. He did some great ones, and there were just a lot of great animated TV shows for a while. All the big networks on Disney, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, the WB Kids or Kids WB, I should say. Sonic the Hedgehog, class. He had three or four different shows. There was Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic Underground, and Sonic X. Man, they were just classics. Now today, what kids have today, I mean, I'm sure as a kid they don't know any better, and they're having. Oh, for almost got Bonkers and another good one as well. But what they have now today, I mean, I'm sure they're happy. I mean, Fairly Odd Parents, that was another good one. That's still on the air, so SpongeBob, but that's been on the air since before I was 10 years old. I remember both of them coming on the air. I remember seeing the first episodes of both of them and being like, wow, this is cool. This show has been on for a long time. It was Nickelodeon's program. I looked at it the other day. There's like nothing really there, honestly. Cartoon Network has Adventure Time, the regular show. That's honestly, quite frankly, it. Teen Titans Go is ridiculous. I mean, Teen Titans is another great show. That was really cool. But they decided, hey, let's cash in on this, make a slice of life show with the Teen Titans characters. The animation looks a little weird, and it's just played out, nothing really special. The Powerpuff Girls reboot, I saw one episode, and it's not horrible, but it's getting really bad reviews, like on IMDb, like a 3.8 or something like that. And it's, I don't know, I don't mind them bringing back these characters, but they're gonna do it right, And see, Disney had Phineas and Ferb is done. It's like Gravity Falls is done. I don't even know what Disney had. Honestly, oh well, Disney XD does cool. They got the Marvel properties have good shows. I'll give them that. They're all watchable shows at least. And they're gonna have Big Hero 6 on there, and they're gonna have the Tango TV series as well. And I hear decent stuff about the Lion Guard, though. I can't believe they're making another Lion King show. And I looked at the cast, only one actor, the guy who played Pumbaa, Ernie Sabella, only the actor that returned from the movie. So no Nathan Lane, no Matthew Broderick, not even Mariah Kelly. She was a voice in all. You might know she was on I believe it's called that movie that with DB Sweeney Ice Cream movie called Cutting Edge. She was also Lucas's mom on One Tree Hill. So I was wondering, what is she doing? What on earth could she be doing right now that she couldn't do that? But I don't know. I guess she's like, I'm too big for TV. Even though she was on the WB and the CW. But yeah, I'm not even like Disney. I guess they're gonna have a couple decent anime programs come out, but all all these show Cartoon Network's honestly leading the way just barely. And I'm talking more as long as like family children shows. I mean, even adult shows like The Simpsons is still watchable, but it's not what it used to be. South Park's still really good. South Park's still really funny. Family Guy is very hit or miss. Rick and Morty I've barely seen, but what I've seen I liked. And Bob's Burgers is a little too weird for me. So what happened? Well, this is what I think what happened. I wrote a blog about the Animaniacs, which I'll have linked down below. And what I think happened was that okay, you got these shows like Animaniacs, Ren and Stimpy, Rocko's Modern Life, Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, Ed and Eddie, all that good stuff. Billy and Mandy. What they did was they had some great like references and jokes that adults would get and understand. That kind of flew over the heads of kids, but the adults would like these jokes. I mean, in fact, Animaniacs for a while there, towards the end of the series' run, the reason it got canceled because they had a lot of a lot of ratings, but it was mostly adults watching it, teenagers, and not really even teenagers, but college-aged kids. And the advertisers were pissed, like, yo, we're not gonna be able to sell our Hasbro toys to these guys, so we gotta do something about it. So these shows appeal to adults a lot more, like, and because of that, though, it appealed to kids because they weren't pandering to kids. They weren't dumbing it down. Kids could watch it and be like, they weren't trying to like, hey, you're a kid, so we're making this just for you. They were making it for everyone to watch, so kids would appreciate that. Even if they didn't quite get a joke, they would appreciate that and keep it interested. And they were and shows like eventually the Animaniacs and like SpongeBob and Invader Zim and stuff like that. They had good slapstick humor that a kid could appreciate and laugh, and lovable characters that kids could hatch onto. And these shows were just watching like the Animaniacs again, Little Pinky and the Brain, stuff like that. Some of these classic shows like another was Fillmore. That show was extremely well done. Watching these shows again, I like them even more now because I can really appreciate what they did. I haven't seen these shows in like years, and to watch them again as an adult, I'm like, wow. I mean, the effort that was put in there was just quite astounding. So, I think starting with Dora the Explorer is when these shows started to go down. And there were good kid shows back then too. Like you had like Tom and Jerry kids, Flintstone kids. Really, Puppet and Scooby Doo was probably one of the bigger ones. And Muppet Babies. Um, there was Jungle Cubs and stuff like that. Even like the Little Adventures of the Little Mermaid. That was on Play. I remember that being on Playhouse Disney. Yeah, it was on Playhouse Disney for sure. Another great show was Aladdin, by the way. That was a really cool show. But you had these like kiddie shows I just mentioned that they were like those Disney Nick Jr. type shows that didn't pander to kids. Like they had messages towards kids that are maybe geared towards kids, but like at the same time, it was an adult could sit down and get some value out of that. But when starting with Dora the Explorer, you got shows that we're just talking to the. It's not talking to the kids. It's not even that was even necessarily bad. Like Blue's Clues, I was actually a pretty big Blue's Clues fan when I was a kid. Maybe because more of Steve, because he was cool. But like Blue's Clues didn't even feel that bad. Blue's Clues felt more like, hey, let's go on an adventure. We'll clue you in. We'll talk to you, and we'll do it. It didn't feel condescending. But when I remember Dora Explorer, I didn't really watch it that much. My sisters did. But I remember seeing him like this. She just sounded condescending. Like she would like, hey, what are we gonna do about this map or some bullshit like that? And like, I mean, swiper no swipey, swiper no swipey, swiper no swipey. I mean, seriously, and the guy was like, oh man, like what is that? That's when it really started, and then, but that show made a shit ton of money. I don't even know if it got good reviews. Actually, I'm gonna check that out. IMDb Dora. I wonder how long that show even had. Dora the Explorer. Okay, so Dora the Explorer. It's still on air since Wikipedia says Dora Explorer is an American educational animated TV series created by Chris Dilford, Valerie Walsh, and Eric Weiner. Or Weiner. How? What? Took 3 people to create that show? 8 seasons. Okay, that's interesting. Well, it ended in 2014. Wow, it was on air. It was on air for a long time. So let's see the reviews. I'm gonna go to reception on this page if they have it. Do they have it? No, but there was a stage adaptation. I did not know that. Okay, on IMDb, it shows Dora. A 3.8 on IMDb. Uh, I'm gonna read. Okay, see, this is. I'm gonna read this, and it looks like it might actually share the same sentiments that I have about the show. 1 star, a boring baby show that I hate with a passion. Why the hell is this piece of dog poop so popular? Why? Why? Even my 7-year-old sister can come with better ideas. This makes the new episodes of SpongeBob look like a masterpiece. For the new episodes of SpongeBob, I'll get to this later. They were dumbed down too, but they are way better than this. The writers of this show are probably as dumb as Dora. Speaking of Dora, she got to be one of the least favorite cartoon characters. No, scratch that. Least favorite character of all time, and Boots is no better either. I'd rather watch Blue's Clues. Exactly. And I don't even like that show either. Oh, I forgot to mention that Dora and Boots sing pointless and dumb musical numbers. I forgot about that shit too. They sing horrible songs. Every episode. If that wasn't bad enough, they sing the exact same songs every single episode. And don't even get me started on Swiper, who I wish would once swipe Dora's clothes. I don't think they would allow that on that show. You know what now? I'm pretty convinced that this show writers are dumber than Dora. So the bottom line, Dora is a dumb, stupid show that I believe is making our generation kids dumber. Yes. It's sad that these kids have to grow up watching these abominations instead of watching classics like Tom and Jerry, Looney Tunes, and etc. Amen. Wow. That's a great. I'll read one more because I just thought that was hilarious. 1 star, not an educational show at all. In case you are not familiar with this show, Dora is a 7-year-old Latina girl who travels around with a monkey named Boots. The episodes typically consist of Dora traveling to 3 places with the 3rd place as a goal. That is my first complaint about this show. The repetition is too much for a kid's show. The songs, consist of the same words over and over, and the plots are the same thing every time. While there is some repetition in every form of entertainment, especially for children, this is absolutely ridiculous. The second complaint I have about the show is that Dora is not educational. It really wasn't. When you think about it, I never got. I guess the whole format of her talking to the kids supposed to be educational. Like Blue's Clues is actually an educational show. Hell, freaking Animaniacs was way more educational than Dora the Explorer. They actually sang songs that were really good about freaking the country, all the countries in the world and the president. I remember in high school, the 11th grade honors history. A teacher of mine who was really hot. She put on the anime. It was funny actually. She put it on saying like, this was a cartoon I watched back when I was a kid. You guys maybe not remember. It's like anime. So no one said anything, but like I'm like, yo, I remember watching that show. Not just I remember watching this in the case, but I remember watching new episodes on the WB in the mid '90s. So what are you talking about? So she put on the I think they were seeing not about the president. It's about something. I think it was about like Christopher Columbus or something like that. Yeah, it's super educational, but funny at the same time. But Dora's not educational. Of all the episodes I watched, the one with that most stands out on this point in the backpack episode. During that episode, Dora teaches kids how to count to 8 twice. What? Twice? Yeah, that's right. Out of a 20-minute show, the creators developed an outstanding 16 seconds in an educational bit. I do admit that Dora did teach a Spanish word, but children should be learning more about the ABCs, counting, etc. than Spanish. Exactly. I mean, you can learn about languages, but at that age, the age group that Dora was or is aimed to, shouldn't be worried about learning Spanish. The characters don't even have personality. Yeah, there was 0 personality. So it's not like they could learn about people through their actions or Dora either. The final complaint about this show is that this show has way too much merchandise. I guess, yeah. You could even buy your kid Dora cereal if you wanted, considering that every episode is the same and there was no educational value to the show. It's always was created only for one thing: money. Exactly. I didn't realize the show is. I always wondered why this show was so popular. I'm glad to see that other people have a disdain for this show just as much, if not more, than me. Yeah, this show was complete garbage, and yeah, this was the downfall of animated television, honestly, because Disney saw that this show was making money. So like, they're gonna make more shows. Like, I mean, it's not like it affected everything. Like Disney still. I remember that show, the Book of Pooh. That was on. That was a pretty good show. But like then you have shit like the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. That came out in 2006. I'm looking at IMDb and I got better reviews than that 5.9. And I've seen a couple episodes before. I mean, at least it has the classic Disney characters, which we all know and love. And the animation's kind of shitty, but it's not the worst show ever. But like, you started having shows like this come out, and it was, it just that's they decided, look, kids are gonna want to watch this shit. Let's just dumb shit down, and kids will appreciate it. And so it, I mean, I guess it works in a sense, but it doesn't. It's just not creating like good quality shows. Like even Blue's Clues got a 6.8 on IMDb because it wasn't that bad. It didn't pander to kids. I mean, it did, but it didn't. It didn't make kids feel, including kids on the adventure. And Blue had a personality for one thing, and Steve was a good host. The other dude that came after Steve wasn't that bad either, but you know. So yeah, that's when it all started. And then you had shows like SpongeBob SquarePants and Fairy Odd Parents dumb the shit down for the characters. I mean, SpongeBob. I remember that when that movie came out. You had that was a good movie. How old was I? I was pretty young. I remember being so excited to go see that movie. It was just big promotion everywhere. I liked it a lot. And apparently that was supposed to be the series finale. But they were like, Nickelodeon was like, no, man, this is more money to be made here. Let's go cash this shit in. So they decided to make new episodes, and the show's still going on today. I believe Fairy Odd Parents might have one or two more seasons over it. That show. They milked it. They milked that show out, man. But like, I remember being excited when new SpongeBob episodes came on TV. I was like, wow, SpongeBob's back. And this first episode, I'm trying to remember. I think it was the first episode was what was that? I think it was something like freaking something about him working in a patty. I mean, he obviously works at Krabby Patty, but it was like it was just stupid. And I remember watching it. I was like, what is this? What do they done with my favorite Sponge and his friends? Patrick went from being kind of dumb to being retarded, and SpongeBob really wasn't that dumb of a character. He was like naive, but like he wasn't stupid, and they made him stupid. And it's like, and then Mr. Krabs went from kind of greedy, funny, to like just a complete greed slime ball. Squidward's the only funny. Squidward's the only like character that seemed to have his wits about him, just surrounded by these idiots. And the Fairy Odd Parents, they just make Fairy Odd Parents probably not as bad as an offender, because I mean Cosmo's always been dumb, but I noticed that they kept dumbing him down. I remember, I think Darren Norris, the voice of Cosmo, I think he said that that the whole thing with Cosmo was that they actually decided to he decided to lower, or not lower, higher, make his voice higher the more dumbed down he got, which is actually very smart of him. But man, that's when it all started. Like these shows, and like you even had like a show like Fitness Over, which is actually not a bad show, but that show was funny in a dumb way. And what I mean by that, it was funny. It had good jokes. Like it was like entertaining, but like it wasn't like a smart show like I keep bringing this up, but Animaniacs were like not said finish for it, but like Ren and Stimpy or something like that. It wasn't clever. Like it's like look at listen to the theme song. Or find something that doesn't exist. Or giving a monkey a shower. Like what is that? Let's see. I mean, like it was. Just, it just makes you that, but it's not a bad show. It was watchable at least. Like it was funny. It just in a dumb way. It was like versus like, it's like watching, that movie like Monty Python versus Step Brothers. That way, and they got good reviews. People love this show. At least it was entertaining to watch. But like it just you got shows like these that are on air that are and then I'd say the regular show, the regular show, Adventure Time. I don't know what to say about that, but like maybe it's smart a little bit, but at least it's different. And a regular show I think is very clever actually, but that's like it. But those shows are rare nowadays. So the animation TV just got dumbed down because they don't want adults to watch them, or they don't care if adults watch them anymore. They want these kids to go and sit down and watch something and they think dumbing it down works. And sometimes it does, but sometimes it doesn't. Like, it's more so with honest. I think this is why I watch TV a little bit though, because anime feature film like say like Norm of the North, that bullshit, or Escape from Planet Earth, or I think that's what it's called. That one thing that Brendan Fraser did. Those movies fail at the box office because a kid's not gonna sit down for 80 or 90 minutes or whatever to watch some bullshit like that. But they'll sit down for like 30 minutes to watch an anime TV series. So like they're not gonna care as much. It's not as much. It doesn't take as much time to do that. And you're like, and they'll just that's it. I can't believe people sat down and watched and still watch Dora the Explorer though. That I'll never understand. Like I remember the days where then before I came on Nick Jr. Nick Jr. was solid. Like Nick Jr. had some good shows. Playoffs Disney too. I'm gonna look at the lineups and read them to you because this is it. Let's see, Nick Jr. Even that's what it's called. So let's see, Nick Jr. Wikipedia usually does everything. Uh, well, there's no I can't get him on Wikipedia page for some reason. Nick Jr. There we go. Nick Jr. is a plumbing block on Nickelodeon. Yeah, this beautiful bird. So let's see. What's on? Wow, a lot of shows have gone off of Nick Jr. Let's see what's on there right now. It just shows what's been on Nick Jr. I don't really see. I don't really. Oh, wow. Nick Jr. is a channel. It replaced Noggin. Shut. I didn't know that. I remember Noggin being like a programming block for like a while, and then like they have Teen Nick at Night or some shit like that, and then like you would watch Degrassi on there. But like I didn't realize that they replaced Noggin. So what they got right now, they have one original show called Fresh Beat Band of Spies. What the hell is that? Hey, Tom Kenny's on this? Huh. It's he's the voice of SpongeBob, by the way. That's interesting. And they got let's see, Ben and Holly Little Kingdom, Dino Dan, Franklin and Friends. Okay, I liked Franklin. That was cool. Hey Dougie, Lala Lucy, Little Charmers, Mike the Knight, Peppa Pig, Peter Rabbit, Teletubbies. Oh my gosh, what? Tickety Talk, Winx Club, Zack and Quack. That sounds interesting. It's a stop motion show though. That's looks good, but it's not good probably. And then okay, let's look at Playhouse Disney. If that's still even on there, I mean, it was not anymore. Playhouse Disney was relaunched as Dreaming Disney. So oh wow, so they completely took off. They both of them decided, you know, let's just make our own channel. I remember when this channel came on air, they would put reruns like 101 Dalmatians, Jungle Cubs, Timon and Pumbaa, and The Little Mermaid. I thought that was pretty cool. So right now they have Doc McStuffins, Henry Huggle Monster. What? Henry Huggle Monster. Man, what is that all about? Wow. Tom Kenny's in his end. He's doing a lot of stuff. Great Style, Creed Summer. That's interesting. I can't believe they do that stuff. Jake and the Neverland Pirates. I heard good things about that. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Miles from Tomorrowland. What? What is that? You know, I give Disney Junior credit. I think they got some interesting shows actually. Chef Callie's Wild West, Sophia the First, Goldie and Bear, The Lion Guard, as I talked about. They acquired program in Chuggin Town, Kid Min. What? The Octonauts and PJ Masks. And repeats of ended series would be Handy Manny, Little Einstein, which is not horrible actually, and Agent Oso. Yeah, that's what they got. That's what they got. They took off 101 Dalmatians, Babar and the Adventures of Badoo. That was a good show. Well, again, they took that off. Hillytown Heroes, whatever. JoJo's Circus, yeah, that was whatever. Jungle Junction, I don't really Jungle Junction sounds familiar. I don't know. Wow, Billy West was in it. That's cool. So was Just Her Now. Koala Bears. That was Koala Brothers. I mean, such a series. PBJ Otters, The Little Mermaid. Holy Poly Oly. I liked that show as a kid. Stanley was a good show. The Lion Kings, Timon and Pumbaa. This was Disney Junior's doing better, but A lot of these but like, a lot of these shows are just dumbed down now. That's so. What's the solution? What's it gonna take? It's gonna take someone, because it's disappointing. Hopefully the regular show and Adventure Time be successful. Disney with their new shows like Tangled, especially they're going they make shows that are fun and interesting again that adults can sit down and watch. And then these kids can be cultured and watch these cool shows. But they should at least. And it's disappointing. Disney is the worst offender on this because Nickelodeon at least will put reruns on Auntie Nick, Angry Beavers and shit like that. I remember going through the channels and I'm like, oh wow, Angry Beavers is still on TV. That's cool. I love that show as a kid. And Boomerang exists for the Hanna-Barbera properties, and you can still watch Looney Tunes. And Tom and Jerry was also technically a Hanna-Barbera cartoon because they made it while they were at MGM. But Disney, oh, I don't know any classic Disney shows that are in syndication. Like, I don't think there are any. I mean, there's nothing. The few that were on Disney Junior they took out because when Disney did away with Toon Disney and made it Disney XD, they they did away with all their shows. Like, it's crazy. Like they did away with all that stuff. And let's see what I want to look at what Disney programming blocks are there right now too. Disney XT. And they said they got some good Marvel properties. They got original programming wise. They got live action shows. Kirby Buckets, Gamer's Guide to pretty much everything. What the hell? Um, Lab Rats Elite Force. They got a reality TV show. Walk the Prank. And 7D. I heard about 7D. It's like the Seven Doors or some shit. It's made by the guy who who made freaking Tiny Toons and Animaniacs actually. That's why we keep coming back to that. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, but that dude. I don't know if it's getting pretty good reviews. Oh no, never mind. It says Brian Lowry of the Variety report the show claiming that it is none of the charm in the source material and that its plots fall into the sort of no kids land in terms of age groups. Oh. And then Rob Owen wrote the Pittsburgh Post Gazette that the characters were blandly drawn and the show was just a chance to capitalize on the film. Sounds about right. And let's see, it has Pen Zero, Part-Time Hero, Star Wars Rebels. That sounds interesting. Star Wars versus the Force. Stars versus the Force of Evil. Pickle and Peanut, Lego Star Wars. And there's some Star Wars shit on there. Wow. And they had miniseries. Lego Star Wars Zoid Tales. What's this Lego Star Wars? So no, and Lego Star Wars The Resistance Rises. Weird. Fish Hooks was on there. Mickey. It just says Mickey Mouse. Is that just Mickey Mouse shorts? Mickey Mouse TV series, an anime comedy television series, classic cartoon character Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, Daisy, Goofy, and Pluto in contemporary setting, such as Paris and France. What? I never heard of this. Yo, what is that? Wow, that actually sounds interesting. That's actually pretty interesting. Actually, I gotta look at pictures of this or something on IMDb. Is it if it's traditional animation, they get points. If not, yo, it's traditional animation. Holy cow. Okay, Disney X. It looks weird though. Like, what the hell? Why are they making him like? It looked like they're trying to sell him a Hot Topic. What I mean by that, they gave him that classic Mickey Mouse look before he had like normal eyes. And then Marvel, not as much shows from Marvel as I thought. They got Ultimate Spider-Man, Avengers Assembly, and then Guardians of the Galaxy. And like I said, Big Hero 6 is coming out soon, but that's it. Oh, whoa, there's gonna be a DuckTales show? Okay, so Disney at least is getting better, but like they don't freaking like look at that. They don't have any of their classic shows on this channel. Like nothing. I mean, like look at that. I mean, even look at former program. They don't even put Things Forever anymore. They took that off. They don't have anything. I feel like at least if these kids could have shows that we used to watch as kids, if they could like have these shows on air, then it'd be cool because they could at least see what we saw, and like it'd just give them a chance to appreciate great cartoons, but they don't have that chance, so they have to watch these cartoons, and that's all that they know of. So and it's good for them, like I said, because they can at least, they think it's the best out there, but we know it's not. Like we know there's so many other better shows, but they don't care. Disney seems to be the one company that doesn't seem to care about past properties that they made. It doesn't make any sense. They don't seem to give a fuck about anything that they made in the past. They just want to focus on trying to make new properties, make money now. So like they wouldn't. I'm surprised they're reviving Ducktales. Honestly, I guess they make enough money off of Ducktales, like comic books and the DVD sales, for them to feel like they can make, a new series for DuckTales. I hope it's not CGI, but it sucks kind of because the dude that played Scrooge McDuck, Alan Young, died like a month ago or something like that. And look at this, look at the repeats that ended. Even American Dragon ended. And, I didn't know Batman was on there. Wow. I mean, Emperor's New Groove, they even ended that. Fillmore, they even ended that. Gargoyles. Wow, Gargoyles was on there for a while. That's dope. I didn't even know that. Kid Possible, they stopped just last year. Legend of Tarzan, they stopped a few years ago. Pinky and the Brain was on Disney XD. Wow. Recess, they ended. That was another great show. Even the replacements, which I mean that was alright, but they stopped that. Sonic Underground was on there too. Wow, I didn't even know that. They stopped a lot of shit. And before that, when it was just Toon Disney, I mean, even Toon Disney was starting to slip over its last few because they were playing these Disney XD shit. Disney just doesn't seem to care. So what do I propose to do? One, Disney needs to start like a Boomerang type channel and play their own stuff. Even Boomerang's slacking a little bit. Boomerang's playing like original programming now and shit. And so I don't understand that. But like, we need to at least get these kids to watch the older cartoons. And because if you're gonna have these new stuff out there, at least have the old stuff out there as well, so they can know what we watch as kids and the real high quality stuff. And then they can realize that, man, these shows were alright, but at least I could watch the shows that my parents watch, my brothers and sisters watch. Another thing is, they need to have more shows that don't pander to kids. Have more shows like Adventure Time and a radio show that are interesting to watch and engaging and fun and cool. Will that actually happen? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that people out there, I'm working at something actually too, I'm sure that people out there that are working at animated shows, that'll fit the bill. It's just a matter of, will Disney and like Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, will they take care of that? Will they be interested in that? I don't know, because like they're doing great with like the feature film stuff, but the TV stuff is just slacking, and it's disappointing. Because like I said, I grew up watching these shows, and they were just phenomenal, and they're great. And whenever I sit down and watch one of them, it brings instant nostalgia back. So it's cool. So yeah, I'm gonna try that Pokemon Go game. And if you like this video, please click the like button, hit the subscribe button as well if that favors you. Comment in the comment box below if you have anything to say, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.